Hey guys, in today's video I am picking up a Jeep that I bought a while back. So I wound up selling my white Jeep, which they hadn't come and picked it up yet, and buying, so my white Jeep was a 92 Jeep YJ, I believe, anyhow, and I'm picking up an 84 CJ7, I think. Anyhow, a buddy of mine had this Jeep. He hasn't been driving it. It's been sitting for like 6 years. I'm going to go pick it up, so I'm heading over there and I'm picking up this Jeep. Now this Jeep is not a regular CJ7. It's been modified. So anyhow, I'm going to go pick up the Jeep and let's see what we can do with it today. Wash it up, get it running, get driving. I don't know. Anyhow, I've got like 2 hours before I have to head to bed to go to work tomorrow. So let's see what we can do with this Jeep. So I've got the Jeep on the trailer being pulled by the bus, and I bought this Jeep from a dear friend of mine who he said he just had the Jeep long enough and decided to pass it on to the next person. So I'm not saying how much I gave for it, but he cut me a really nice deal. So let's get this Jeep to the shop. Grab me a little dinner to go, and we're going to work on this thing until dark and see if we can get this thing running and driving again before the day is out. And let me tell you, we don't have very long. So let's get on to the shop, get this thing cleaned up, and see if we can get it fired up. So let's look this Jeep over real good. This is a 1984 Jeep CJ7. It's got some rust popping out in places. I saw this before I even purchased it. Floor pans are okay. It's got some patches. I knew all this. The frame looks in good shape, but I do need to wash it out. It's got some dirt in it. It's pretty dirty. I wanted to wash it today, but I forgot my pressure washer, so it is what it is. You got a little spot right there too, so I'm gonna have to fix those problems. Let's take a look under the hood. So it has a battery in it. Yep. I did go ahead and purchase another hood because this one is just kind of crusty. Well, it's not as bad as I was thinking it was. I will roll with this hood until it gives me a problem, but I do have an extra hood. Check it out, guys. Small block Chevy under the hood. It's got the center bolt valve cover, so it's a later model 350. Let's check the oil. Wow, the oil is perfect. It doesn't look excessively dirty, and it's right on the full mark. So maybe the engine is just fine, which if it isn't, I'm fine with. I'm telling you guys, I got a smoking deal on this Jeep. Let's check the coolant. There we go. Oh wow, okay, that's a great sign. The coolant is near the top. Let's see if the engine is stuck, shall we? Oh, There are 2 alternators on this thing. Okay, I got a little wiggle out of the engine, so that's a good sign. It's got the Edelbrock carburetor. Carter AFB, my bad. Carter AFB Competition Series. Okay. Carburetor seems to be not stuck. We do have a vacuum leak right there, but you know what? I am going to put a battery in this thing, and I'm going to disconnect the fuel line from the carburetor right here, and I'm going to put a remote fuel system hanging from like the hood, and I'm going to kind of, how do I say this? I'm going to put it on life support. So I'm going to pump out all the fuel that's in the tank into a I don't know, 5-gallon jug or 2, and I'm going to let it run on fresh fuel. So let's get this fuel line off. Let's swap this battery out, and let's see what we got. Okay. Cool. Got this fuel line loose. I need to install another fuel line coming off this filter, going into my 5-gallon waste. There we go. All right. So I've got a old jug, 5 gallons of dead fuel. I've got this fuel line that I'm hooking up right here, and then it's going to go into the jug on the trailer. So the idea is we're going to be pumping fuel out of the fuel tank through this line and onto a fuel tank on the trailer. Okay, so this battery is 100% dead. Y'all think this thing's gonna fire up? I think it will. The oil looks good, coolant looks good. I do need to check the transmission fluid. Cool. Probably should clean the connections, but let's see what happens. All right. So we are hooked up electrically. Let's try to add some fuel. Here we go. Fuel is going in. I'm going to say we have fuel. So I'm going to just place this to the side here, and let's try cranking this thing over. Hopefully it's going to fire right up. Oh. It's idling. It's idling. Alright, so got a fuel leak right there. I am going to it's not a bad fuel leak. I'm going to put a rag there, catch most of it. I don't need a fire or anything, but I don't want to have to find a connector. So there we go. So we should get fuel pumping right into here. Yep. So the idea is we are going to get fresh fuel in this thing. I'm going to pump out as much fuel as I can so I can put fresh fuel in it. You don't want to run a lot of old fuel through the engine. You can damage the engine with fuel that's too old. I can't believe this thing fired up like this. That is great. This thing is so quiet. Will it accelerate? It doesn't like to be revved on. Thing is super duper quiet. I'm going to try to put it in gear and see if it goes into gear. If it goes into gear, transmission fluid is full. Okay, it goes into gear. That's a good sign. Well, kind of ran out of fuel. Let's try cranking this thing up again. Fires right up. And as far, yeah, we're still pumping plenty of fuel. So we're going to keep this up until it's not pumping any more fuel. I think it's quieter than the 6-cylinder that would have been in it. This is fantastic. I will have to do some exhaust work because I do want a little bit of sound coming out of the back. So I'm thinking maybe a 3-chamber Flowmaster, something with a little bit of drone to it, but not too bad. And of course, dual exhaust. Still pumping away. This is good. All right. Well, horn doesn't seem to work. This thing's got a really cool tachometer. Uh-oh. She stalled. Probably needs some more fuel. Let's see how much fuel we got in here. Oh, it's filling up pretty good. Let's just keep running it and get all that fuel out. So it was parked either in 17 or 18. Beautiful. I do need to idle it up. It is a little low. That's better. Makes me feel better. Alright, thermostat is open because the radiator is getting warm. Let's check out the headlights. Let's check out all the lights on this thing. Hey! Look at that. This is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Are we still pumping fuel out? Ooh, we're getting down to the end of it. That means I can go ahead and top up fresh fuel in this thing, and maybe take this thing for a spin a little later. I would like to wash it, but it's getting dark. I don't think the clock works. Oh, there's the horn. Okay, so it does have a horn on it. What is this key? Oh, it's a flashlight, but it doesn't work. Power steering works. Guys, the transmission is working. Let's see if the wipers work. Oh, yeah. That is awesome. It only charges when I'm giving it gas. When it's idling, it drops down too low. This is awesome. Center console's nice. The floors look good. Oh, I thought that was a snake skin. It's a cute little back seat. Oh, did I mention this thing comes with a hard top too? So it's got a tan hard top, matches the interior. And I'll be putting a hard top on it because this soft top, it's got some holes in it. All the stitching is coming out. It's a lot of leaks here. So I do really like this Jeep, and I would like to keep it in good shape. Oil pressure is great. It's idling at like 45 psi. The voltmeter's working. This thing says it's got 35,735. Or is that a 1? Is that a 1? Is that 135? I can't tell. Alright. Fan works. What are these switches? I don't know. Does the window work, roll down? It does. Okay. Okay. Are we looking on fuel? It's still trickling, but it's getting down to the last of it. Let me make sure this thing doesn't run out of fuel again. Fantastic. These tires are pretty old. They are 265/75 15s, and they are 2010, so they are 14 years old. I'm not going to be driving on them things very far. Whoops, guess we ran out of fuel. Yep. Alright, I think at this point I can probably put some fresh fuel in it. I think. Ooh. I slammed the door and the water came out. Where did it come from? It came out again. Came from somewhere. Alright. Okay. I wish I had my pressure washer here. I'd be pressure washing this thing so much. And it's getting dark. Alright. Well, I think I need to put some fresh fuel in it, hook the fuel line back up, and get a real fuel filter. I hate those glass fuel filters. So let's go do that. So it has gotten dark. We are checking the fluids. I know the brake fluid is low. So we're going to top it up. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, let's get this fuel line switched over and a new fuel filter. What we have here is we have one of these glass filters, the see-through glass filter. these, they don't really filter. It's got a screen in it, so it does a light filter. I like the Paper Elements. They do a lot better job with filtering out debris. Another problem that these glass ones have is they have some rubber seals in them on each end of the caps, and those seals, rubber O-rings, will fail and you'll have a bad leak right in the engine area, and that's just not good. So I'm going to put in another filter that is better but not as nice as I really like. New fuel line. Fuel line is on. Let's go to the gas station and get some ethanol-free fuel to put in the fuel tank. Oh yeah, I need to replace this cap here too. That's a big vacuum leak. Get this thing washed. Kind of forgot about the tire pressure. Tire pressure is pretty important. $34, close enough. All right, the Jeep is all washed up. Let's take it for a quick spin. see what we think. Cranks up. Lights work. I don't think the wipers are going to do a whole lot, but here goes nothing. Yeah. Not a lot. So pretty dirty on the inside too. First gear. Well, thought it had enough fluid in it, but it might not. Let's check it again. Here we go. Alright, it shifted. Wonderful. So it has gears. It's just been sitting a long time. Okay guys, I think I'm going to call it on this video. The Jeep is back on the road. That was quick. So guys, if you want to see more content on this Jeep, which I know I'm going to do something, wheels, tires, something, I don't know, but let me know what you want to see in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Happy Father's Day, Dad.